It's been a while. I'm going to continue the process of freeing the battery. I have freed this box here previously. It's keyed for this connector right here and these two connectors on the back. And now I'm going to remove this one here by removing this bolt over here, and this bolt down. Where is it? Oh, right here. So I'm going to remove those, and then that'll free up this, and then I can move on to the next thing. All right, as you can see, I've removed the one on the right here, and on the one on the left had two plugs in the back and one plug in the front. The one on the right has 1, 2, 3, 4 plugs in the back and one on the front. Now this, I can just lift this straight out. And now I will return some of those screws so I don't lose them. And we'll figure out how to get that battery out of there. All right, now you may notice this is loose. It does go into there. This one is almost loose, but it actually goes over here. This is the connector for, if you follow this around, it's for the fan that keeps the battery cool. But this actually just pulls out just by pulling. Oh, I think it pulls. Oh, maybe you push that. Oh yeah, you just pull it. Okay, now this is almost loose. Next thing we have to remove is this piece here from the battery. And there's one around the back as well. And we can get to that right over here. And this is coming from a different direction, but it plugs in to the back right side of the box on the left. And this is connected to all of these guys here. And that, man, there's a lot of stuff. Okay, I'm going to try to remove this, and then we'll get back to what I need to remove after that. I've removed the bar that runs from here to here. That's a structural bar, I believe. And the one that runs, it's not connected anymore, but it is connected. You'll notice it's here when I lift this up. It's connected to these wires here, which a lot of this is experimentation and gaining knowledge for me. So sorry, it's taken me a long time to figure this stuff out. Anyway, these are the 4 plugins that come from the back of the box on the right, and the one plug on the left of the back of the box on the left, they all go into this junction here, which I've got to figure out, do these guys, what's the connection between that? But if you notice, that actually goes into a hole. Let's go around to the other side. This is the hole right here. I don't know if you can see it, but it comes down here, and then that goes into a chain of octopus wiring, which comes out over here and goes down here, and I assume that goes to the front engine, and that wire there and that wire there. Those things are going to the seat belts. There's a bunch of stuff over here. I'm just learning about these pieces one piece at a time. So I've removed the cage below the left box and the right box. Next, I'm going to try to remove this battery here. This is the negative, this is the positive, and this is the negative. And there's some other, this goes directly into the inverter. And so what's going to happen is the negative and positive from the battery, the DC battery, is going to go to the inverter. And then the inverter is going to change it from DC to AC to feed it up into the electrical motor. All right. I should say motor generator. So the next thing I'm going to do, I've already tested this. There's no voltage coming between these two guys here. I'm using a wooden mount so I won't shock myself inadvertently. But there's no voltage coming from here. The battery's off in any case. So I'll do that. And then I'll see what other things I need to undo. This is problematic. This will get in the way. This is undone. This is undone. This is, I'm going to have to figure out how to undo this section here. All right. Now I've removed these two. And this one was a free ride-along from the previous work to set up a charger for the battery. I think the next thing I'm going to do is work on this guy right here to remove that connection. Thank you, Honda Insight. I was having a heck of a time trying to unplug this plug from that, and they explained exactly how to do it. It's got two locking mechanisms that you have to do, one after the other. The first one's hidden. If you look at the bottom here, you have to push this tab forward in order to slide this entire mechanism off of this piece of metal right. If you can get the angle right, it's actually locked into there, but you have to push in this tab right here. You have to push that in forward that way towards the front of the car. And once you do that, you can slide the whole mechanism off of this metal piece. And then once you do that, you just have to, there's a second piece, a second tab. Oh, sorry. Let's see if I can get some light down there. There's a second tab at the bottom of this. Man, hard to maneuver. There's a second tab at the bottom of this. It's got the little ridges there, you can see it now. You push that this way, push that this way, and that will release this locking mechanism here, and then you can pull this off. And I found the instructions for how to do that on Honda Insight, so that was useful. All right, so I've undone this tab here, and I've done one bolt there. I'm going to try this bolt next, and then I'm going to need a there's two in the back, and those are going to be trickier because there's this mechanism here is sort of in the way. What else? Oh, I've undone both of those. Oh, and there's a whole bunch of stuff all over there. I'll work on those as I get to them. All right, it's been a while since I've done any videoing or updating. So when we last left this, I was attempting to remove the IMA battery, which is this guy here. There were 4 bolts. There's 1, 2, and then on the inside, let's move over there. It's kind of hard to see. Anyway, there's 3, and then right in there, I don't know if you can see it, it's 4. 4, okay. I've removed all of those, which makes it, by trying to lift it, lets me know that this side is detached. It's just very heavy. This side is not moving at all. So I think that is because of this bolt, and that bolt, and this bar here. I have to get that bar out of the way. It's detached, but it's still in the way. And I think it's attached, zip tied or something. So the next step is remove these 3 bolts, 10 millimeter, and then move that out of the way. And I was thinking that I had to remove this fan. As a matter of fact, I don't. So I'm going to put these screws back in, these bolts back in, so just don't lose them or where they go. All right, so I replaced these 4 bolts just so I could keep track of them. I removed these 3, put them right here. So this part here is still liftable, but this part here, the left side, is not. I mean, this moves a little bit. So I tried to move this out of the way. Over here, I tried to move this out of the way. There's still stuff that is just in the way, and I need to figure out what that is. I think my next thing I'm going to do is remove this panel here, this one right here, and see if I can get access to anything that will help me remove this. We are going to try to remove that bolt right there, and that one's already removed, and then this one right here, and then this one right here, and these bolts right here underneath. Here, let's try to get this right. This 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. The idea being we're going to remove that to get better access to the battery, which I'm having a hard time trying to remove. Watched a lot of videos and they make it seem much simpler. So if I pull up on this, it lifts, but this side doesn't. That's like still battened down for some reason. Oh, and I'll also have to remove this. That shouldn't be hard at all. All right, once we've got all that, I'll film a little more. Okay, progress. So I removed the slot that was up there, the rail. I returned the screws back to where they belonged. There's 3 over on this guy here. There's 3 over on this guy here, and then there's 4 that I could return to the slot. Let me show you the slot so you know what I'm talking about. It is this thing here. I'm gonna switch it. Yeah, so it goes up top. It separates the driver area from the back area. And I left 4 screws, and these holes are what the screws over here go through to batten it down. Now the other interesting thing is this guy's here, which I was trying to figure out how I was going to work around that. Now that I've removed the top part, I think I can just fold that out of the way. And hopefully that'll get me a little closer to removing this bad boy. I think I can actually return these 3 screws to here, here, and here. I don't think I need to remove those. And I like to put them back where I got them so I don't lose them or try to figure out where they go later. And I'll let you know when that work is done. Success. So this lifts up. This part here should lift up. Oh, hold on. Oh, maybe I called success too early. So this part here seems to be not bolted down. And another thing I discovered is this part here, oh man, aside from its weight, it's also not bolted down. And now this guy here, what's going on with him? Oh, he's just heavy, maybe. I cannot figure out why I can't lift that. So I think the next thing I'll do is undo this guy here and unplug this guy here to see if I can get any closer to removing this. I wonder why. Maybe it's just heavy. Anyway, I'm going to do those next, and we'll return after I do that. So I have unscrewed this and taken this off. Oh, also, I squeezed these together with a pair of pliers, and I was able to pop it out of that. So now this is entirely free. This was a bit of a bugaboo. You have to push in pretty hard on this pin right here. At the same time, you walk this out of that slot. So now the battery should be free of any encumbrage. So this lifts up, and this feels like it doesn't lift up, but it lifted up just a moment ago. So what's going on there? Hold on. Oh, man. It's lifting, but I just can't lift it from here. This also, the back part here lifts also, and this is moving. And this part here, right now what I need is somebody much stronger than me to help lift, because I think I'm all done with all the things that are keeping it encumbered. You know, this is very unusual. It seems like it's battened down. I'm going to remove this guy here, just to, except I can't, because if you'll notice, it's screwed in at the bottom, I think. Let me verify that. Maybe not. But I also can't see where it would, maybe it's catching on something. I don't know. I'm going to see if I can get somebody much stronger than myself, maybe a couple of somebody much stronger than myself, to help me lift this out of here. Success! I've removed the high voltage battery, the IMA battery, from the Honda Insight. I actually didn't remove it. I had two other somebodies lift it out for me, and it's sitting here on the garage floor right here. So now I can test the batteries, figure out which ones are bad. That's might be where I stopped this video, and because that was a lot of work. All right, thank you.